Golly. Hi everyone, got Evie here. How are you? Brian, how's it going? Um, please don't mind my morning voice. I've just woke up. Well, just woke up. I woke up like at 7, so I'm already almost 2 hours awake. That's a healthy thing. Oh my. Okay. Actually, folks, I'm taking also requests. While taking the requests, I'm actually picking up um, I'm actually picking up not only requests but also like um, you know other elements too. Like so for example, when people came in to the stream, not stream to my Twitter and such, and basically we've worked a little bit on things right there. Then yeah, you know, I'm kind of just working things out. Yeah. So. Okay, we are up on here. We're up on here. Alrighty. I guess I've sent out all the informations. So we are going to make three sketches today. Today we are going to, this time we are going to work on Matara Khan. I'm going to mark her blue. Yeah, right now because this is what we're going to draw. And I've got already an idea. I want to draw Matara sitting in a couch, like an armchair kind of a thing, holding like, I don't know, hot chocolate, coffee, whatever she likes. It's just going to be kind of a thing. So let's get to it. One of the things that I'm thinking about changing is, for example, the way how I'm drawing heads. Um, I feel the way how I'm drawing heads, like, okay, it's good, but I feel like I need to have an already like finished head to make things right. You need to change the title. Oh shit! Right. The um the thing. Well, yeah. So thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Um, uh, so that's another thing. I think on Twitch I can plan things out, and basically it's going to, like, the streams are going to change titles automatically. I have to do that. I've made myself a cup of coffee, and yeah. So yeah, one of the things that I kind of want to do is like figuring out the general concept, how I want to improve on things. So this is actually going to be the role of the study streams. I think in the next week we might have a bit more streams. I don't know, we'll see. Work is really exhausting me, and the thing is, like, I need to work, right? So I have like full-time job. I'm not even a part-timer. I've got like full-time job. So that's like 8 hours each day for 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. So and that's like, making me tired a little bit. Mm, Unexpected stream? Why unexpected? I've planned it out on YouTube, and I've said that I'm going to do the marathon. Oh my, oh my. So yeah, we're slowly progressing with things, you know? We're slowly progressing with things. Mm, I want to keep it like that. We'll see. Good night, sweetie. And hey, Zaka, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope how's it going? So the view that I want to draw her in is going to be a bit specific because like I want to draw her kind of like from the top. So and there's going to be a chair included, so we'll have to like kind of work things out. Mm, I guess I can make this some kind of, you know, fitting segment. Yeah, just slowly, you know, and slowly working things out. I'm going to keep it like that, but it's just well, the chair is going to go slightly lower actually than that. I just want to be sure how am I supposed to draw Matara in this position, and um, I found a really cool looking armchair for her. So I'm going to work on the armchair this way too. Um, I guess this is where her cushion is going to be. Yeah, and then the cushion is going like that, and we have um, this kind of like a connection. It's going like until here, and that kind of like wraps like that. So basically, I'm going to also use sketching streams as a form to, you know, figure things out when it comes to environmental art, which is like also drawing objects of daily use title. It should be changed already. Yeah, it's Matara-kan. Drawing Matara-kan for me. That's who we are drawing. And to be fair, I really like the way how I've made up my streams this week. I really like the thumbnails. I really like the way, you know, how things are going. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep it like that. um, had to refresh. Usually don't have to. That's bizarre. But see, that's the thing. Like the thing doesn't roll well. So I need to be sure to make it like this, and then like this. Yeah. Uh, okay. Like one of the aspects of environmental art is that you really have to uh, work your butt off um, on your environmentals, on your elements. Looks like you're drawing isometric because it's more or less in the same view. E. Oh my. There you go. And the same thing will have to be here. Well, now you can see that, the thing is going to go properly here. Because, like, for once, we already know how it's supposed to look like. And second, we've got already a reference on the other side to work on it. So one of very few elements that we have is that, working things out with the basic, like, concept, basic idea on that extent, sketches like this are actually really helping you a lot with learning, for example, with things, for example. So, like, well, I've done already some of those, so you can see that I've already have a bit better grip on what I have to do. Um, and yeah, I've been also learning a little bit in my own private time, like, how to draw backgrounds and such, so I wouldn't suck, you know. And yeah, I can wait. I can wait. I'm really happy that, I can sketch things out finally, you know. I can do a bit more advanced works that I was trying to do. Now I don't know. I feel like I need some kind of motivation to do things, and streaming mostly is my main source of motivation nowadays. Like, for example, I want to make a game, but I won't be able to do the game on stream either because I don't want to mix that project with my YouTube channel, and basically I need to use a bunch of tutorials to actually make it work. But I think I might actually make it work a bit better because it's like one of the other projects that I've been working on to such extent, you know. I've got some tutorials already planned out. I've also got already some basic graphics to work in, but I think I'm about changing my graphics a little bit. Um, Found a bit more fitting style to it. I don't want to go through the same hell of you know animating the walking cycle, even though it's just like 4x3 grid. It's just way too much pain. Even though I can do some of those relatively faster, um, it still sucks. Also, you'll be able to see me erasing things bit by bit too. That's First of all, that's one of the methods I've also learned. And there's also another thing I've learned, especially when it comes to like playing out the shading and such. When regarding the illustration we've done earlier this week. First of all, I need to spend more time on those. Second of all, I feel like I need to first plan out the entire illustration, and then the work on details. So, like, I need to figure out how I want to actually portray everything. So just the idea is not going to be good for characters. It's alright because, like, I can just make the character in a pose and that works, right? You could see me doing that most of the time whenever I was drawing characters. When it comes to like drawing illustrations with characters, it's like I have to figure out the environmental art too at the same time as I'm trying to figure out the characters. So whenever I'm going to make my construction, I need to also make the construction for the environment. We're going to try to do that next week. like figuring that out. We're also going to start a new illustration. So yeah, I've seen some, you know, professional anime like scenes, how people are basically animating and such. When it comes to that, so I think I've got a good grip on that. I've also figured out a couple other tips and tricks for this, so we should be good. By the way, you can give me requests. Um, yeah, the like I've already got for the fifth drop 2 illustrations from requests. One landed from Mio from Hololive community. They requested Mio and Fubuki doing a fusion dance, and actually one of the you know, people from Twitter came in, and one of them requested one of them actually requested a Ludok. Was it Ludok? Yeah, Lubok. Labok from Akame Kill. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Oh my. I'm halfway through with Free Rent 2. I think I might well, after the stream most likely I'm going to watch a little bit more to, you know, keep on catching up with the anime. Another thing that I've learned from Rino Tuna also when it comes to analyzing his environmentals is that the inner lines that he's doing are very thin. But if it's like separate object, like for example this one, then the lines are thicker. So like if we're for example talking about you know, if it's the same element but it has like protruding section or it's bending, it's going to be treated as one, and the lines inner lines are going to be thinner. But when it's a separate object, then it starts to be, you know, also a bit different way of doing things. So that's why this cushion is going to have thicker line, while this line is going to be nearly invisible, because this is like, you know, the inner line for this object. This is something that I've noticed, and it actually keeps up the illustration clean and reduces the amount of line work. The line work actually is very specific because you can't really overdo it, just like with shading or generally um, the colors and such. So like, you know, the split for inner parts is, you know, quite interesting. Those are actually separate elements. This one and this one. Those are two different things. And yeah, slowly but surely we're getting it. I should be able to draw things. Also, I don't have the music in the background. God damn it. Wait, give me a second. Music. Uh, Select all, turn on. There. Should work. Let me just turn on shuffle and repeat. There we go. I'm going to erase lines later on too. And I know that this cushion is going to go like this, right? Because it's going to kind of wrap up. That's another element, like you can make things appear a bit fluffier or like rounding out if you don't have like typical like connection here. I'm losing my voice. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, like this. Okay. And a little bit thicker line here. And another element that you possibly might have already noticed what I'm doing, I'm trying to make as few lines as possible, so like I don't do that many repeats of the lines. It's just one long line if I can. Sometimes I'm doing corrections because I want to have my lines, you know, clean, but my hands are shaky, so I guess screw this, am I right? To be fair, I don't really plan the stream to be, you know, God knows how long. Most likely I'm going to hope for nice 2 hours as per usual. Here's going to be the middle of the cushion. It's going to be important to have the middle of the cushion actually detected because we'll place Matara under. But also it'll help me like mark crucial elements. Also, I think I figured out why I hate environmental art so much. And it's strictly connected with the fact that it requires a lot of like, you know, construction to such extent. And I suck at rotating things in my head because like aphantasia and such. So that I figured out the problem. I need to find this resolution for it. So yeah. What exactly? So for example, you see what I'm doing right now here, right? This is most likely the longer way to do it. I need to figure out to do something similar but on simpler scale. And I think 3D objects from Clip Studio Paint would have to go into the picture. Because to plan out and construct the objects, I still need to use the simple shapes. 3D shapes. 3D shapes that I have to be able to rotate within my head. You have mangaka, lol. Yes, that's the thing, mangaka. That's the simple solution too. The thing is that sometimes well, I have to figure out the thing. The issue with mangaka is that I can't really have like simple, like just turn it on and show it on the stream and such. I guess I need to like hide things because it's showing my file locations where I'm saving things. So I need to make also a separate screen to which we are going to switch for mangaka, and I guess when we are going to make like we are going to make a whole new process for illustrations. So we are going to have a mangaka turned on, or just save it on C/work. True. Would make sense. Okay, that should be good. And that'll be another element here. Just going to poke out. Because I know it saves the hard drive location to the binary spine file that gets exported to game and can be extracted. Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm going to make things work out on this. Also, well, I guess I can't wait. Skipped one. I do the same with spine. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that makes much more sense. Also, I can't wait because, yeah, I've made up my mind. I'm switching to Godot. I've tried with Pixel Game Maker. Pixel Game Maker died on me. It's not working. The support from the company is not working at all. Like, it's not helping. Funny you not even wondering about the context. Context? I mean, sometimes I'm guessing the context. Like, I know you're working on spine, so I was kind of thinking that it might be connected with like what you do from experience. But yeah. I never really needed context. I could always like watch also anime from the or movies from the middle, and I was quickly catching up on the story. And surprise, surprise, yeah, it will be here. Okay. All right. Ask if you need help with it. Okay. I'll for sure do. Like, the thing is that I'm learning kinda by just diving into deep waters, but I haven't really done that in a long while, so it feels like it's crashing me. If you want web export, then use version 4.4. Okay. I don't think I'm going to export the game into web. What I'll for sure want to do is going to be like Mega Man Battle Network, like battle system. But I think it's going to be simple because like to do it with that version. Yeah, most likely I'm going to just update my Godot and make the project. I want to work on the newest version anyway, so you know. So one of the elements is that, for example, if I learn how to make input, right? Can always upgrade for higher, but can't go lower. I see. Yay. That's why it's worth to do it on lower version. But like, you've mentioned 4.4, right? So I guess starting from 4.4 will be the shot. So another thing is that, for example, if I learn how to make inputs and movement. Oh, 4.6 is delays. Okay. I just go for 4 then. I don't know if 4.6 is going to have anything that I need. If I learn that it has, then I just upgrade then to that version in particular. So if I learn how to do inputs and movement by a certain amount of pixels, I'll be able to actually, and playing the animations, I'll be able to actually make literally the same kind of movement. Because like Mega Man Battle Network system, battle system is actually like that. Right? It's like kind of visible from the side arena, and each like player and the enemy. There is no significant change after 4.3. Oh, okay, I see. So basically, the enemy and the player has 3x3 blocks. Both enemy and the player can actually steal the blocks from the enemy or break them. The blocks can be made in different states, so it can be damaged or like healthy, damaged, or destroyed. And basically you can trap your enemy in certain like fields. This way you can just have a bunch of like free attacks. So it's like the Final Fantasy minigame, I guess. So basically I want to do something like that. It would, yeah, it's really cool. I really like that. I loved Megan Battle Network mostly because of its battle system, because it's like none other, you know. So I'm going to go for that. I've seen that, for example, Ikenfell was trying to do something similar, but added a bit of a twist to it, because it was still turn-based. I don't want to make it a turn-based thing. I want to make it dynamic, so, you know, things are going to make a bit more sense. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. After all, it's going to be like moving around your tiles. I guess I can also figure out, well, we will see. I'm still thinking if I want to make like a skill tree, allow the player to learn skills. The skills are going to affect the fields or deal more damage, right? Like this kind of thing. We will see. I still need to figure that one out. For now, I need to focus on making, getting back my progress that I've had. So by progress I've had, I mean, I want to do one of those puzzle mechanics where you can rotate stuff in a grid to connect two sides, but no idea how to generate the map so it's not too easy and not too hard and can be exploited. I see. Damn, that's like, goddamn. Holy. Actually, I think it's going to be like this. Oh, the thing. Yeah. And they're like kind of going like this and then like this. So there's like a half circle made out of them. Because the armchair that I've got reference photo of looks kind of like a shell. That's the thing I need, like this. To be fair, I've noticed like most of the, you know, YouTubers I've watched when I was younger disappeared off of the internet just fully. That kind of shows something. It's also why I've kind of stopped watching YouTube. I feel like today's YouTube in mostly is, you know, weird, difficult to catch up with. Mostly because of the cringe memes and stuff. So I need like this, and there's another one. Okay. Oh well. I enjoy this process, to be fair. I really enjoy this. Although I'm not sure how long just this armchair took me so far. I think they call it the Bioshock minigame. I've seen that minigame in many other elements, not only Bioshock. At least something similar. And I think in some games that came before Bioshock, actually. It's just a logical puzzle. Everybody copied it, yeah. But I think like Bioshock even copied it, because I think it was even before it. Well, that's another thing that I don't like. Like people saying that something was copied. Because for example, like there are elements that, okay, sure, you can copy like someone's character design and such, then it's like copycat, right? It's like stealing. But then we have, for example, like a logical puzzle. Logical puzzles were already established some time ago, or at least their principles, so anyone can make a logical puzzle, you know, based on the principles. And sooner or later, like how many combinations of logical puzzles you can actually have. Like at some point, people are starting to reinvent things, or you know, there's already like finished cluster of those things, right? Like an encyclopedia of logical puzzles. To be fair, I'm thinking of making a puzzle to my game where you have to like kind of know how to play chess, at least a little bit, and figure out how to make a checkmate in one move. So you need like already almost finished thing, and you need to just move one like figure, basically. Making chess puzzles are hard, yes, I know. But like, it's just one move. Like, it's going to be already established. I don't want this to be random. Like, predetermined thing. So like, no matter how many times you would play it, the puzzle is going to remain the same. Just so I wouldn't have to, like, work my butt off with different, like, combinations and shit. I mean, they are hard to make. Oh, I see. Wait, hold up. What? Wait, I mean... Oh my god, I'm him. Look at this armchair. It's so freaking clean. Holy shit. Holy guacamole. Easier to search for game on chess.com and remove unnecessary pieces to the point it's still checkmate in one. Yeah. Oh, or like I mean, I guess I can find things on the internet that are going to fit into that kind of idea. You know? Oh my god, I'm him. How much it took us? 40 minutes for an armchair. Let's fucking go. It kind of shows that that I need a bit better idea for it. And you have to check with an engine K because it's very easy to miss an escape. Yeah. But like, you know, it's just have to be like you know, you either like lose or checkmate in one thing. So that's like the thing, but not like stalemate. It's like you move and it's draw. Looks like something I would draw. Yeah. Oh my god. In 1 to 2 hours. Well, thank you for lifting up my spirits, Zaga. A lot of planning went into this chair. And it has to be like that for the time being. Well, I'm most likely I'm going to be able to figure that out. But also, Zaga, you're not really, you know, using the line tool and the green. I see, I see. To be fair, if I would use line tool, I think I would do it faster than 40 minutes, because I would do the line tool, would drop the opacity, I would have the base structure, I would keep on drawing on top of this. But I've noticed that I've started also erasing some lines and started to making the image clearer. That's another thing, that's something to note. When drawing non-organic stuff with a lot of edges, I like it, yeah. I also like drawing non-organic elements. It just feels better. You know? It actually feels better. Also, hold up, I need to erase that circle from Matara's head, and I need to like figure out her perspective now. It's like perspective of the chair, right? And I need to draw on top of that her perspective. So I guess I'm going to, over here I'm going to actually start drawing with this. Yeah. Draw a lot of maps, floor plans, sci-fi weapons, spaceship interior plans, etc. You know, Zaga, that might actually mean that you're a way better environmental artist than me. Because like this is like absolutely perfect chair for me. So I can actually say that if you are capable to like draw something around similar, for me you're like, and like with, you know, without a sweat, for me you're like brilliant environmental artist at this point. But this is something I lack. I didn't really draw any floor plans, no nothing. That's why I think about like doing some more play, and actually for my illustrations expanding the process a little bit. So I'm going to for sure have thumbnailing and planning, building the things in mangaka or with the simple shapes in 3D simple shapes in Clip Studio Paint. I'm going to also I'm going to do another thing. I want, because I can't really imagine how the light view is supposed to go. I'm going to use the tool that Clip Studio Paint offers, and I'm going to work this out this way. You know. Also on the study, I would use a lot of tools in the process and mirror and cutting of shapes tricks. Having organic lines or curves is way harder. Yes, that's true. But here's the thing, for the organic lines, like you can draw the thing, but then like allow your hand go freely and paint on top of the lines. Not even draw with pen and tablet, just mouse and tools. I see. So like for the organic things, draw how you think the shape's supposed to be, and then when you're making your flats, color on top of it, but allow yourself to cross the lines. But like because when you're coloring, you're doing a bit faster, and you're making like additional bumps and stuff. So then correct your line art to those bumps, and you're supposed to have pretty much organic shape. Very fast to do. Really good one. Yeah, where there's no tool, I just do triangles or rectangles and do points where it's supposed to be, then draw over it with hand, so that part is super easy. Yeah. Dear lord, this sketch is going to be so good. I can't wait for it. Chat, do you think we'll manage to finish it in 2 hours? Press F to doubt. Also, I want to her like kind of lean. F. Oh my. So like we're going like this and this. So she's like kind of leaning to the back, I guess. So wait, I've got these finished. Yeah, kinda. You have little over 1 hour and you don't even have construction. True. True. We don't even have construction for this one. I think you're putting it too forward too. Using layers, someone learns. It's not the same layer, yeah. Learning things. More back. More? Like that? Like that, okay. I'm going to drop the opacity on the chair. For now. Bro, that's literally like an illustration, but this is what we wanted to go for, right? I guess I can try to later on finish this in color, the entire thing. And make it like a good little illustration. Actually, I think the head shape is, like cranial shape is good. Maybe slightly bigger this way. Yeah, that looks cool. But yeah, the deal is that we are not going to draw those sketches until the end. So this stream can be treated by you as trying to catch up before the proper thing. Okay? So let's make a deal that I'm just going to finish those sketches off stream, which is not going to be really that difficult. Most likely usually I'm finishing those on Mondays. What I can see, okay. Meanwhile, I'll try to fix things that I see. Like things that kind of bother me. Oh my. That is not a bad idea either. Matara is hug maxing, so she would be most likely like wine on tea, something like that. Imagine in the chat, Matara, the fuck you mean hug maxing? I would like freak out if that would actually happen with one of the VTubers that I'm drawing. Like the thing I've kind of learned is not to expect anyone comment. That's why, like, I know that if anyone would comment, I will like literally flip out. The head and the neck are too big. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I liked it. Oh my. Better. Imagine, yeah. But she's actually going to drink coffee or hot cocoa. Hmm. Arm too big. This one too. I'm starting to catch myself on more things. That's with this construction. That's actually really good because that means I'm getting used to it more and more. It's one of those days for me. I see when I like to draw random stuff even with mouse. Hey, that's actually really cool. There's a 3D. There's a third. Yeah. Imagine. Hmm. fuck happened here? Hmm. No. What the hell? I can't figure this one out. Oh, wait, right. Because, like, I need to make a point to bring them in. Yeah. No, that is going to work. Also, give me a sec. I need to figure out Matara's breast size. Moderate. Okay. Moderate and hanging. I think I gave her bigger chest though. Okay. Damn. Okay. And I think like here, yeah. Yeah. Slightly higher. Till here. There. That's where the arm has to go. To be of a proper size. Okay. Right. She's got pretty long legs, so that's good. I don't know though. Hmm. And she doesn't have normal arms because she's like cockroach, I guess. She has like... Yeah, I think she has only 3 fingers. Yeah, 3 fingers. So 2 and a thumb. And her fingers are pretty long. God save me. I've got myself into a world of pain with this one. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I wonder, do we want to make like funny writing on her cup? Like best hug ever or something like this? Number 1 mom? Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, we can do that. I guess. Although, like, you know, hags are basically women that are over 30 and still lonely. Wait. Is she an insect? Cockroach, yeah. Roach Queen. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Roach Queen. Let's go. We're writing this on the cup. By the way, recently I've seen that, for example, Mori Calliope got the... She has too many arms on the official one. Yes, because she's supposed to be like her basic premise is that she's a roach. Ate there, but then she would be a spider. Yeah. Like the official thing is that she's roach, but she got like appendages additional, like for the mantis and stuff. So she's like a hybrid, but the official thing is that she's a roach. So. Oh my, oh my, oh my. The cap should be smaller, shorter. Yeah. There we go. Damn, it must be really uncomfortable for her to see it with having such a flat ass. Sorry. Sorry. Golly. Hi Jaxa, I got to be here. How are you? Hope how's going? Wow, good morning. It's 4 AM for me. Oh, I see. By the way, don't worry. There will be more streams today too. I've promised several streams this week. I want to see how much I'll be able to finish while having a marathon running. Yay. So yeah, if you feel like you're falling asleep, don't worry about that. CP is important today. Yeah. I actually kind of want to check, you know, good hours too this way. You know, if for example we are going to have more people during weekends on 2 p.m., I guess I can make the 2 p.m. streams during weekends, you know? And hey, how has it been going for you? I don't think I've asked that. Sounds good. I do wonder. Haven't asked that yet today. It's going good, thanks for asking. I'm chilling a lot today. Yesterday I finished I finished some more sketches from which I'm quite happy with, but I feel like I could do a bit better job with coloring, but it's too late for that one already. I guess I'm going to try out a method also, you know, a bit later on, because I'm going to also work today on sketches for a commission. I need to make a couple character designs and for a dude's game. I hope this one will fire off. Oh my. I'm tired of making commissions for indie game developers who are not finishing their works at all. You're making another game? No, it's a commission. A dude came up to me and asked like, "Hey, I've got a commission for you. I need sketches for designs for the characters of my game. It's like a card game basically." And the guy asked if I can make some sketches for him, so I need to finish bases, and there are like 2 different additional transformations. So we've just established that it's going to be easier for him to just make those as per sequences. So I'm making the designs, I need to send him the bases, and then we are going to establish if the bases are good or not, and then we are going to make the transformations later on. Also, I am almost done with another commission. It turns out that I need to make a 9th step for the same commission. Not 8, but 9. Lol, yeah. And then I've got a commission for another sketch and 2 more. I think I've seen only 6. Oh, the one you've seen, was finished already. We've closed up on 9. Oh, on 8, sorry. We've closed up on 8. The guy, I've sent him the 6 you've seen. And the guy was like, you know, how about we add 2 more? Let's make it even 8, right? So it ended up with like commission for $29. And the guy was like, hey, yo, actually, I think I've got several ideas for more. He wanted more panels, imagine. Yeah. Like, listen, if this is how he wants this to go, sure. I don't do the normal comic books, I do the... I can do sequences on max. And it's still the sequences are taking me so damn long. Because, like, each sequence has to be... sequence has to be in some sort of, like, a stripe, right? So you have the stripe, you have the sequences, yada yada yada. And then what? It's just, you know, problematic. But I can still do these sequences, you know, because I can work on them beat by beat. I have to figure out what to add to. True. Also, hey, remember, if you need help with drawing something or like trying to establish things, you can always ask me for help. I can like make some resources for you if you want to. Of course it takes time, so yeah. I guess I would prioritize your thing though. Or if it would be like something safe for work, because I don't know. I could also do that on stream if you want to. But like, yeah. I'm pretty much open for stuff. And we'll see. There are people already. Also, we could do the card game. True. God damn, that's true. Card games are simple in making, but you have to establish rules. Also, I figured out that Mega Man Battle Network was first non-standard deck builder. I got the rules pretty much. That's actually a very interesting idea. Hey GTA, got over here, how are you? Hope Ryan has going? Cut them nails off, dog. Imagine. Oh my. Also, I think Matara pretty much like check the character hat drawing. Oh? Oh my, he. Yeah, it's a Matara can. She's a cockroach Hagmax. She's a cockroach Hagmaxed lady. A wine auntie, I guess. I wonder what to do with rest of her legs. Because I was thinking about like making the typical like spread like this. So like knees together and feet far away. Also, I have to say I really like Freerun. Freerun is pretty much good. I don't think it would be 10 out of 10. Don't even think if it would be 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. But I guess it would be like strong 7? Maybe week 8, we will see. I'm halfway through the anime, so I can't really say much. But so far, halfway through, it's like strong 7, week 8 kind of magic. I really like the visuals. Yeah. Also, Frieren is like pretty much funny character. I've cringed when she like, you know, talked about the ancient seductive technique and just blew a kiss to the guy. I think at this point, like, Fern and Stork are trying to just, you know, feed her her world, basically. The sheer fact that, like, at some points they're treating Stark? Oh yeah, Stark. Yeah. Not Stork. I think sometimes they say Stork though. Also, is it also German for strong? Yeah. That's actually a funny connection. Also, why Japanese people? Yeah. Why Japanese people are connecting so much to German? Like, Attack on Titan had a lot of German names and such. Frieren has a lot of those, and a bunch of other anime I've watched so far had connections to that. Fate has to, yeah. Bleach had some German thing, also Spanish thing, but actually, if I remember correctly, Tite Kubo is half Spanish, so that's why he implemented some Spanish names like Hueco and others. Maybe it's easier to say for Japanese, also sounds cool. Also, they were like allies in World War. Yeah, I know that one, but you know, like, it's just weird. Like, for example, for Japanese people also it's very simple to pronounce Polish names. Japanese people learn Polish. It's like the percentile of people learning Polish is higher than for German or English. No, that's actually something I was shocked by, and I still see bunch of people like bit by bit. Like, a lot of Japanese are coming to Poland. Like, I don't use the same parts though. Yeah, that's the wildest thing. I have no idea why. A lot of Japanese people are coming to Poland too. A lot of Japanese people are actually also prefer to establish families with Polish people. Like, I've seen so many videos regarding that. You know? Like, people doing those like questionnaires where they're like walking up to people randomly on the street and just asking them questions, and like, if you could pick a country, a random country, where would you want to go, or would you prefer to stay in Japan? And a lot of people are actually saying Poland. We got Vietnamese people. Damn. For us, we don't really have that many Vietnamese people. We have Turkish people and Japanese people too. Those are like two like mainly main wildest elements, you know. I was really shocked by this. Heck, I was also eating ramen, treating myself to some ramen with a friend of mine, and basically, like, to the restaurant, like, literally, no matter where you would go, no matter where would you go, the usual clientele was of Japanese descent. Literally. And you know, like, you could hear them talking Japanese, they were and surprisingly, they were using Polish names too, because they were probably for some kind of company, and they were like saying Polish names. I don't know if they were like sitting there in Poland for a while now, but I have to say they had really good pronunciation. But to be fair, for example, the na, nu, ni, ne, no kind of thing, right? Like the typical thing, like connections they have. A lot of those are actually in Polish too. Right? So I guess for them, they might have very strong accent, but they also have a lot of things. Like, let's say there's a name. All the names that are ending at R's, for example, are getting the typical like Japanese treatment, so it turns to Ru, right? So they don't say hard R's. They all only know how to say this thing with like this typical like Ru thing, right? So and T turns to TTO. So it's like very those are like the typical rules that Japanese people use, and usually they end up pronouncing things like this. But it's like pretty much like very similar in pronunciation to Polish thing. I was really shocked by this when I've started getting those videos, because there was like a blast when people learn, like when Polish people learn that there's a bunch of like Japanese people, well, where Japanese people actually like to learn Polish and such. Also, I think it's because like Japan is trying to make a lot of moves in Poland, because we are like, Poland is a very tactical place, you know? We are literally in the very center of Europe, so it's really easy, way easier for countries to transport goods to us and distribute them from our country. And like we've got a lot of factories from Japan, right? Like Toyota, Mitsubishi, and other kind of things. I got a small city, so I was very surprised when I saw Chinese people and Belarusians there. Oh. Well, unironically, I also live in a very small city. Like, I don't really... like, I have to get anything, I have to travel to another city. Either by train or someone has to drive me there. I had to move at least way closer there, you know, to finally get some Uber action. Why Twitch censoring that word? Which word? Oh, gypsies. I can see your messages. Yeah. Because it's actually, well, I think it was like a custom that it's like semi-offensive word for people of specific descent. Yeah. I got gypsies, and I got more gypsies than Serbians in a village next to my city. Damn. I'm shocked though. I'm pretty shocked. To be fair, I doubt we're going to get anything, you know, anywhere with this. So like, yeah. We got villages full of them on the Eastern Park. We also got some, but they're spread across the country. It's not like, oh, here's more, here's there. It's like, they are more or less one of the biggest minority in Poland, so I would say that it's pretty much like huge. Other people moved out because of the robbery and theft, bruh. Over here, people don't really get that much bad treatment from, or bad experience from them. A lot of people, for example, are like quote-unquote begging, right? So like they're setting up under like stores and asking for money. Some actually are doing something good. Let's say like I've seen like a family of gypsies, well, son and a father, and basically they were like playing on instruments. I think the son was playing on a flute and the father was playing on an accordion. Like at least they were trying, they're showing something off. Yeah, I gave them like 10 PLN for that. They were playing pretty nicely though. I have to say they were playing pretty nicely. Like, I like fair treatment. Well, they don't play instruments here. They stab people in the subway for their fault. Yeah. Yeah, like that's the thing, the difference, right? The difference of both worlds from country to country is different. Over here, like they either gather like beg or play instruments or draw even, or they're gathering cans because, or generally junk, because junk can be sold, right? Yeah. So that's like what they usually do when they need money. And like I guess I have to say, unfortunately, most of that minority is like ending up as street beggars. But like, you know, it's also good for them. Like, I've seen families that are also not really doing that, but like going to jobs and stuff. So like it's, I guess it's like very stable kind of community here. You don't really get that much crimes anyway. Poland is pretty, when it comes to the crimes, Poland, you don't really hear much about like stabbings or anything like that. Usually it's like a huge sensation when someone gets stabbed, no matter to which city you go. It's, well, Krakow is probably the most dangerous. And surprisingly, it's not capital. I would expect capital to be like one of the most dangerous parts, because like it's huge. We've had issues with mafia. Actually, there was actually organized crime syndicate there. So yeah, Warsaw like spew out bunch of like even serial killers, some drug lords, some like mafia families. But it's like everything calmed down, you know, like everything calmed down. Also around my city, you could see a bunch of people who, well, were basically sitting in jail, and they said like it just makes no sense, you know. Like some people, well, some of them are just planning things out and like, ayo, you know, like I was once like asked if I can call the police on them because, and say like they were threatening me and trying to rob me with a knife because they wanted to come back to jail, because like he explained this to me because I asked like, why though? Like, why you want to go back to jail? And he said that it's easier for them. They don't have to pay for anything, they get free food. Like, you know, like he just said it was way comfortable for them. And we have like very strong human rights in jail, so he could watch some TV, sleep a lot, he could go to and work out. They've had like, he even said that they've had library and some like classes. So like he could, for example, like if you had like a hobby like drawing, there are like art classes that you could attend and draw. Like it was up to you. Like it literally at this point feels like a court or something like this. It's crazy. Of course we have higher rigor kind of thing, right? But like, I guess the situation with jailing in general is crazy. You know? Because also even homeless people are like trying to rethink that, and we had a couple occasions where homeless people are also making like faked robberies just to get to jail, because it was better for them. You can see a pattern where people are committing crimes more around like when the winter is coming and basically the climate is getting cooler, because they're landing in for like for winter and fall to the jail, which is warm and such. It's easier for them this way, and I guess it's because people just evolved to be like that. Bizarre topic it evolved into. I'm scared of my brain, the way how it thinks. just spews out like random topic like this out of nowhere. Sorry, by the way, if it wasn't a topic for y'all to talk about, but yeah, very bizarre kind of thing. Pretty sad too, but yeah. Dude, reading some really good comics, reaching the end after like 80 pages, then I saw the whole thing was commissioned by someone. Yes. People are looking for comic books, and basically the commissions can rack up pretty huge. But the thing is, like, those are very unstable projects too. It's high risk. You need to have like already established thing, like know how to work fast, and basically very small size sequel. So another thing, actually, there are people, right? What? So basically the comic book projects are very risky because, like, if you for example have a day job like me, comic books are taking a lot of time. When you are not working and you are treating it as your day job, for example, the drawing, the commissions, you have much more time, so you can split the time. So, I'm going to work for 4 hours on the comic book, I'm going to send the progress to the guy, and I'm going to work out all other commissions, so you have much more time to work on those. How you read similar as a very small... What? It even had a similar size sequel. I have no idea. Bro, I've seen very small there, I think. No idea what's going on with my eyes. Man, I think I need more caffeine in my blood veins. Man. I really like those songs. By the way, Chihop didn't respond to me. And say, do you prefer my streams with or without the music? Just be honest. Like, with or without the music? Because I feel like with the music there's at least something to listen to when I'm not talking. Because you've seen me already hyper-focusing, you know how it is. Music is good, yeah. I didn't even notice the music. Oh my... Yeah, I have it as a relatively faint background. It's intentional because when I don't speak, the music is more audible that way. Don't turn off automatically if there is 1 minute silence. I see. Damn, that knee flatters on my muscles, bro. Oh no, bro. Oh no. Like, come on. She has chunky torso and thin legs. Why can't I type? Hey Google, why is she left with the kids? Hmm. To be fair, I've seen like I've seen where people actually mention that it's better for the anime artists to draw their character faces as if they would draw a cat. I have to say that's something I really wanted to check out, you know? I haven't seen that in a while. Well, I haven't really done that in a while. I've tried and it kind of worked. I do feel like it could actually have a bit more, you know, a bit more to it, you know? I wouldn't be shocked if my keyboard was made in the USSR. This should got a 1.5 second delay. Damn, Matara also got a really long neck. I guess I've done good thing with this one. You know, you never really notice many details. Everywhere or only on Twitch? Oh. On Google in general. Wait, let me check something. I'm going back to Rinotuna. You know, that's something I like. I still need to like work out. Like, I need to figure out with kind of with myself how I want to build faces and such. Well, or at least in general, the heads. You know what I mean? Because I know that I want to have my style closer to Rinotuna's. I think I've also figured out like more or less a shading connected with his methods. Because that's something I kind of want to change, because his shading seems to be way too realistic for what I want to achieve. I want to get a bit more anime-like, you know, feel. Yeah, see? That's a bit better. I guess I could make her chin like this. Yeah. It's actually a draw. Can I put my balls in your jaws? Your jaws, balls in your jaws. Can I? Can I? In theory, I could also use, you know, cut this thing. And go to spine and create some sort of a splash screen also out of this. And I guess I can do that. Get a music career, brother? Nah. I never said you will make it far though. Bruh. Imagine. I mean, hey, it ain't bad. We're already like, you know, we're already giving her hers. I guess I won't have that much to be done. Okay. Also, it's difficult for me to find references recently. I'm scared that some of those that I found on Pinterest and DeviantArt and other elements are still generated. Like the issue is that there's so much of that crap on the internet that even when you're trying to look like manually for references, it's impossible to find something that's not like that. I'm doing my best because of course it's, well, it's going to just be a bit better, right? Because I know that there won't be anything bad unless, you know, I notice something. I'm usually trying to figure out the photos. Yeah, I read that there are more AI generated news than real ones now. Yeah, that's that. And basically, you know, more things of all is that even if you are looking at realistic photos, they can still be AI generated. So like you don't know even if you are looking at model photos, you have no idea if those model photos are actually real or not. But you can still figure this out because AI is not making things perfect and it's going to look still like bullcrap, but you catch the drift, right? It's just so like so difficult. I've got like my like favorite kind of thing, like my favorite site, for which I'm still like quite loyal for when it comes to these things. But I've heard that this site is having a drama for using AI generated works at this point. So like I have no idea if I'm taking up a proper reference. They're pushing that way too far. 2 years ago AI was perfect at that state. Kinda, yeah. Like the thing is that, yeah, they are pushing it too far. Even Discord right now wants to add AI. Like AI is getting everywhere, and that's like, that's bad. 2 years ago, yeah, I guess I can say, yeah, it was good as it was. Because most likely the only thing that was done better was just the thing that more or less AI, I believe, should be used for. So like you could just figure something out, it could give you like some kind of view of a pose or something like that, but it just was pretty bad still. But what was actually more developed was actually the speech models, right? The LLMs. So basically, they were helping you out with like making the research and stuff. And like I believe that was the perfect state with that didn't really needed any like corrections, because if it was like checking through the internet anyway and just giving you quotes from the internet, they forced it to sit into too many things, normalize its presence, trying to get less tech savvy people to trust them despite them being untrustworthy. Yes, that's very scummy. That's yeah. I think we've talked about that also on some other thing. It's just like if AI tells you something, you don't know if it's true or not. And like, here's the thing. I tell you something. I've read a document about it. The guy made a development, right? Like he was analyzing development of AI and stuff throughout the years, and like basically from the moment it started to the moment as it is now. And based on what he found out, surprise, surprise, AI is starting to get worse with each model. Why? Because so much content on the internet starts to be AI generated, that AI starts to learn on its own, on itself, and based on the unreal informations, AI is causing to make up even more hallucinations and make up even wilder hallucinations. Basically going into like spiral at this point. And the same thing happens with AI generated images. Surprise, surprise, they are starting to get worse over time too. Yeah, it's inbreeding on unfiltered data. Yeah. So basically AI is starting to get worse and worse, and basically we are at the they are now wasting money packing it into the AI and trying to include it into everything, not really noticing the fact that it's going to just collapse on its own in like, based on the guy's prediction, in 2 or 3 years. So considering that it was like last year, so I assume that it would be now 1 to 2 years. But they already proven that they can be better with much smaller but curated and human-generated dataset. Yes, but most likely those things are just like privatized things that someone is just making on their private machine, right? So like, also a lot of AI try to be like ChatGPT and just training on ChatGPT generated stuff. Yeah. So like, I believe AI is going to reach the boiling point where just everything is going to go down together. Like, just like that. I don't think there's going to be anything else to it, you know? Like, simply because of the inbreeding of the models. Because like, we are talking here about the companies. What someone is doing on their private machine is their thing. You know, like for example, if I would, let's say, pack things up into AI data set of my entire workload, it's going to generate my entire workload, and that is going to be like based on what you say, right? It's curated and human-generated data set, but we are talking about companies which are scraping the internet for any data they can. So no matter what they are going to do, it's just going to be shit. So I do think like we are literally at the verge of rolling back to whatever it was, and God, I can't imagine what's going to be now with the kids who were raised on this shit. Like, first of all, brother, kids are literally writing bullcrap on the freaking things. Teachers are writing the things based on the AI, learning to not trusting it. False. I have literally seen many cases that are against what you're saying right now, and that's what's scaring me. that all those kids are just going to grow up, and when this collapse is going to drop, they just won't be able to do basic stuff. Like, if I think about it, that's the worst. First of all. Second of all, like, who gives their kid possibility to do this? It's like giving their kids uncurated access to the internet. Like, and then like they're crying because their kids saw like video of a guy playing a game and swearing every other word. Like, literally, I've seen the parent recording their kid, asking them a question, and the kid instead of like, it was a simple question, logical question. What do you do if you want to boil the water? For example, the kid literally went to grok. Not only that, like, I've seen literally the same thing in my supermarket. Like, I've went to supermarket for groceries. And like, parent was screaming at the kid because he told to the kid, make a simple grocery list, right? The kid just wrote this shit to AI. And the kid started like telling like random stuff that the AI spewed up, and the parent like snapped at the kid like, the fuck are you talking about? We don't need any of this shit. But GPT said like literally like the kids are like that at this point, and it's scary because they're starting to learn not to live without this. It's totally opposite things. Same thing, like I'm literally standing next to like some, like, I'm trying to get some meats, right? Because I wanted to make some cool sandwiches that I've got really cool recipe for. And basically I'm sitting, and next to me is like something blasts out of nowhere on a phone, like some like typical TikTok or YouTube Shorts type of video. I look behind me, and it's a kid literally with a binky in the mouth, sitting in a car, just watching freaking TikTok. Like, how many times people have to prove the fact that short-term content is actually sacrificing and like degrading someone's attention span. Giving it to the kid is literally like brain cell kill. It's scary where everything goes to, but like, I'm really hoping that AI is going to fall. That it's going to inbreed to such extent, it's just going to like trip over. I ain't worrying, my country too poor for AI. But no joke, no, the UK actually made an AI doctor that does operations. Like, we had a joke that you are going to the hospital and you're to like fix your tonsils, and you're waking up without a kidney and your tonsils intact. I believe it's going to be the same kind of thing. Like, if it's true, then you know what I think? People want to really have like sci-fi AI assistants, because they think that the world is going to just work out way better this way. Because they are going to have robots like, taking groceries to them and such. And people are going to have much more free time. Meanwhile, the impact on the world is starting to be scarier and scarier, because more and more companies are exchanging actual experienced people who know what they are talking about for AI that has literally zero idea what they do, and like literally fold one after another. like bunch of factories here are closing like month or two after saying that they are introducing AI into their operations. And like, is it really that difficult to learn on mistakes of someone? That's why, like, okay, I am, because like that's why I wanted to ask this thing, right? That's why I wanted to ask for like the question if you want me to AI generate references for drawings and such. And I do condone all of you being against AI and like usage of AI even for references. I condone it. I don't like AI. I use it from time to time because I see like just minor usage where I know that it can, with a task that I know it won't fuck up. But like, let's be real. Like, that can't be right. This is sad, you know? Because like, okay, yeah, cool. I've said that AI is a good tool. I do keep hold to that, you know, to that thought. It's a good tool, in theory, right? I see usage for it and stuff. So, like, I even see for people with aphantasia how they can like imagine things. Because like for me, it's like detailed prompt like description. Because I don't see images in my head. So for me, for example, generating images by AI, it might be as well like exchanging my imagination. Right? Aphantasia is real, right? So, and it hits hard, and you could see how hard it was simply by me like drawing a chair for an hour. So like, it's you know, like, well, it's a sticky topic because I know that this thing is not going to be good. You know? I know that this thing is not going to be good. Whatever I'm generating. And I know it's not, and I know that in general it's just bad. And a lot of people just, for example, brush it off or laugh. Oh, you know, someone's against AI and such, and they're making cracking a laugh out of it. But it's genuinely like people who are against AI, they're learning things. I really think it's funny how those quote-unquote AI artists think they make the art. That is 9 times out of 10 shit anyways. Yeah, GTA, like, like people are just making fun out of them. And they're like trying to console each other because like, oh yeah, don't worry, like it's going to kick off. And guess what? When the AI generated images started to happen, a lot of NSFW artists just disappeared off of the internet. Right? For example, let's go to that extent. If we are going for this idea, I'm now like getting commission after commission. You know why? Because the market opened. You know why? Because nobody wants to commission AI works. And people see if it's AI works. And if, for example, if someone steals a bunch of actually drawn artworks and then sells AI generated works, it's a scam. And it's happening more often. And that's another reason why people hate AI and AI generated images, you know? Another thing is that, like, literally without any permission, those things are taken from them. Like, I feel like it's a bit different thing when it comes to people. It's just nobody wants a machine to learn on their works, you know? When it comes to people, like, artists are more condoning for that. Like, oh, okay, like, you're like, you want to learn something, like, and you see something cool from my artworks, like, go ahead, like, learn something from my artworks, right? But it's like a human to human. That's why a lot of people are starting to get around a bit more difficult decisions and a bit more difficult positions. And you know what's even more hurting? People who spend years, decades, you know, on actually learning how to draw and drawing and, like, you know, basically doing their thing on the internet, they just decided to, like, sacrifice all of that they've done based on of the internet and try to think that they can make people think that they are still drawing their artworks, but in fact they are just AI generating their works. Because they just took all of the library of the hand-drawn artworks and they are just, you know, making artworks based off of that. Like, that's pretty sad. Like Ross Draws, for example, and a bunch of other artists. It was a loud thing when people started, like, doing a witch hunt after artists that turned into AI artists. Also, I don't think it could be called AI artist, but yeah. I don't know how else to name it, like, internet didn't thought of it. So, like, it's generally kind of the same, like, thing. I think we've talked about this already. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. I guess I've just outspoken a bit more my mind about this because, like, you know, recently actually we've had someone, I guess, snap at me for that. And I think I wasn't really clear in some of my discussions about my position on this. I understand the usefulness of the AI tools, but I also understand the fact that it's bad. And I don't condone any kind of usage of AI. For example, as per the YouTube description, I did made the songs that I have with AI, but the thing is that they are just there until I figure out what to do with the songs in the background. Because I can't really do anything when it comes to chill hop. I'm waiting for the response. And basically, like, people prefer that, you know, prefer this, right? People, well, prefer songs over silence. And I can't really have any songs over silence because YouTube is going to, like, annihilate my transmission. So the only solution for this was that. And sure, I can stream without the music, but I guess it would be, like, up to you. You know, that's why I'm asking if you prefer me to stream with that music that I've generated with AI until the situation with chill hop resolves, or if anything is going to actually, like, or we just, if they won't fix, if we just move on and just start streaming without any music whatsoever. Because we've already, like, streamed like that for a month, so I don't see, like, you know, I just felt like things are a bit empty. In theory, people told me that I can just play music in the background for myself, because, like, in the end, if someone wants music, they can just turn on the music for themselves, right, in their own tab, so everyone can just have their own kind of music playing in the background. So it's, you know, it's kind of a thing to work things out on this. So yeah, that's that, you know, that's that. I hope that everything is clear at this point, because I don't want to be, like, you know, I don't want people to think that I'm condoning any kind of AI generation or anything like that. Personally, I've learned things for my entire life. I would be a total, an absolute idiot not to use certain word, but I think at this point this word has been like normalized, I guess. But still, just not to be a total idiot. I would be just a total idiot if I would like sacrifice all of that, all of those years of hard work, just to like use this kind of stuff. And I do condone learning things because it's actually helping your brain to develop. Like when you're learning things, your brain actually resurrects neurons. Right? It actually increases your brain power when you're learning things. Because it requires more brain power to learn something new. That's why older people are having difficulties with learning things, because they've learned things already and they are not learning anything new over time. Those who are learning new things over time, actually their brains are working a bit differently, and they are working on a bit higher level. That's why it's told to people older that to dodge, for example, Alzheimer's or any other neurodegenerative diseases, it's actually first step is to like play Sudoku, like exercise your brain, alright? So like play memory, Sudoku, learn new things, right? Like learn languages, learn some kind of like manual skill. So because it's actually reducing the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's and other things. So like surprise, right? Like it's actually good. And come to think of it, I've noticed that actually people who are using AI and just spending their time on TikTok and stuff are just becoming idiots. One by one. They're just becoming idiots. It feels like the average IQ is dropping. Like parents are showing off their kids' IQ tests, and literally the kids are having like on average at this point like 80 to 90 points. Nowadays the average is lower than it used to. The average used to be 100. Now it's like what, 98, 97? Last time I've checked. Like, can you believe this? The average IQ level dropped by a couple points. That only like declares that we are becoming more and more stupid as people. And it's mostly, and I see that it happened when the moment when like TikTok started, like popped off in popularity, and when the AI started to happen. Like all of those things actually starting to be like, starting to affect us already. Like a lot of people, for example, at this point I guess just ignore that fact. But at the moment when they notice this, we're already going to have the situation from Idiocracy from that movie with the guy, right? Like it's literally where we are going right now. Hi Joxai, welcome to Twitch. Yeah, so like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we would be better off without it than with it. Sorry for the rant. I guess we are recently circling a lot to that topic. I guess it's because like more and more things are happening because of that. So like the topic is constantly circling back because new things are popping off. I guess I have to like figure out what anime I'm going to have in my currently watching list now. I was thinking for getting like Black Lagoon for sure, but that's like 2 seasons. I want to have like at least 5 different anime, and no matter of how many seasons that would be. But the thing is, I don't want to really have like go into like long anime yet, so I want to have like seasonal anime at this point. I guess Spy X Family can come into picture. The Free Rent second season, because I think it's going to be released this, you know, this month, right? It's supposed to be released in January. Also, like more things. So like, you know, okay, I understand a lot of things. I can really understand a lot of things, and you know, like placeholders, and you know. Why did I automatically get back to the topic? What the heck? You're good. I just personally hate AI art because of how much it takes away from learning traditionally from human-made pictures, photographs, etc. People who make AI art don't experience art, in my opinion. Valid opinion, same as mine. Yeah, they don't experience this thing. They don't learn anything. They don't do anything. That's why I've talked about the references at most, because with references, like, okay, like it's just, for example, a view on the like perspective view, right? Like rotations and stuff. But like you still, because it's like with actual reference photo, like if you're taking a photo of yourself in a pose, you still look at it and like draw the construction of that pose. So it's like just like that's for example what I've also meant for mine in the poll I've made, but like I still understand why people don't want to use AI for references at all, because like it's also like taking away from the artists, because actual artists said no because they don't want a machine to learn based off of them. And that's also what I've mentioned, right? Like artists want other people to learn from their thing. It's people to people, human to human interaction, because it's like form of a flattery at this point. But it changed the understanding if someone wants to like scrape off your entire account from works and teach AI based off of your works. You know what I mean? It's like different kind of understanding of this. Because on one, because the latter one with the AI, it's like stealing their works, because it's literally like without permission they are scraping their account just to teach the AI to like generate any kind of work in their style. References make sense. They even have websites that find a specific photography of a person pose for you. I got what the website was called, but it's neat. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I say that it's totally valid, right? Because it makes sense. Because it's still kind of what people are doing, and I guess based on, you know, circling back to what we've talked about at the start of the stream and how we've kind of got into that topic again. Unfortunately, nowadays you go on Pinterest, DeviantArt, Google Images, you can't find any, you hardly can find something that was made by human. Like all the works are still AI generated, and you can see that. I can see that. And I can see that, for example, one of the works that I've got today as reference from Pinterest, by the way, was still made by most likely by AI. Because like, but it fits, you know? But it was manually found. It's just that the internet is just full of this shit. You browse too much DeviantArt, 95% of it is AI. Pinterest too. X, Blue Sky, DeviantArt, Pixiv, Tumblr, all of it is full of AI. That's why Google Images is full of AI. ArtStation looked relatively clear. Yes, because ArtStation is like... But... it also has AI generated things. Yeah, Pinterest has a thing on photography that has AI enhanced. It's so sad. Job, yeah. Also, like ArtStation also has AI generated tag. You can see. But most likely those people are people who actually created their own models for their private usage. You know, and still the works they have is, for example, they've made a model to make the same kind of sketches they do, and based off of those sketches, they are taking those sketches, they are assembling some kind of like mood board, some kind of a thing that you usually do for sketches for concept art, and then based off of that they are taking those sketches and actually completing the work, fixing all the issues and such. So it's like also a bit different kind of a way how they are doing this. I also use Blue Sky. Luckily, I haven't seen much AI art thanks to as Blue Sky has integrations to suggest me new artists. That's really cool. Yeah, that's why I'm also like working on Blue Sky. I want to like be more active there, but I'm struggling with like finding good tags and such. You know, I think like I could find some kind of community there and then like try to work my way through there. But it's still like, you know, kind of a weird thing. I will not have a problem with it if they were good. My problem is that that is flooded with bad quality shit, not even trying to make them good or fix stuff, just generating garbage and uploading en masse. Yeah, that's also a thing, right? This slop AI art is pretty sad. Yeah. And then people are like making, of course, AI generated comic books. About how they were trying to be traditional artists, but they couldn't get to learn how to draw, and they figured out how to use AI, and now they are happy because they can create art thanks to AI. The moment I've literally had really bad gastric reaction the moment I've looked at it. Like I thought I'm going to vom the moment I've seen it. And I'm not lying, there was a thing like that. People literally started making fun out of the guy to the point that he actually like closed off his entire account. But like nowadays it's just like, you know, someone, when I say AI art, it makes me feel like I've seen yeah. The thing is that like no matter what, it's just, man, it's slippery topic, because again, like, it's a tool, people can use the tool, but some people are just stupid and make the stupid things, and like, you know, it's just people, companies, everything. And it's mostly just idiots. As a matter of fact, it's just mostly idiots. Because if like everyone clever actually sees the issues with it. I've unfortunately encountered many artists that use AI and trace over it and convince over like 50k followers that they've been drawing, bruh. It can be made good, but people have cheap video cards when everything under 1k times 1k is garbage, also not fixing, and why even upload them anywhere, nobody cares, because it doesn't show skill or anything else. True, that's also, Zega, true what you say. Because, like, it's experience, like learning how to draw is experience, right? You're like, it's like mental with physical skill, right? So like it's a lot of theory, you have to learn a lot of things, you have to keep a lot of things in mind, and when you are drawing you have to have also a manual skill. How to draw is a struggle, but it's so rewarding. Yeah, that's why I'm also saying that it's that art is an adventure, you know? Like, that's the thing. Art is an adventure. I have like 300 gigabytes of locally generated AI images, would never upload any of them on the image sharing sites. Yeah, and that's like, I guess that's the proper use of it too. Also, like, people now have like figured out like very weird way of thinking. Oh, I have a drama around me, I'm going to delete my account and start a new one. AI connected though, so like, you know, AI accounts are like this. Oh, people are onto me. I'm going to delete this account and make a new one. It's just going to be easier this way. You know why actually it works and why people are making en masse drawings? Because, like, I've talked about this. The only way to appear as an artist on the internet is to spam these sites. You want to spam the art sites. You know? That's why I'm calling them drops. That's why I've posted all 3 sketches and the finished illustration this week. Because this is actually how you grow your art content. It never changed. People were just gatekeeping this because like it's just so difficult. Some people are trying to hint, but they knew that, you know, all those like elitist idiots in the art community are going to sit down and like be mad at you, right? It's like, it's not anymore like that. Because the art community now is like trying to focus on art, on AI artists, so they need people to actually grow their accounts, so they start to finally share the biggest secret of them all. Well, you know why? Because art is visual thing, and if you have a lot of visuals on your accounts, that way you actually can show yourself, you know. Like this way, people are actually capable to make things work for you, for themselves. And that's the thing. Also, I want to mention, I like your line work, it's very clean. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm really doing my best, you know. I'm going for Reno Tuna kind of style. So I've been doing a lot of mastery for him of his, and I'm really happy hearing that the you know, that the thing is, you know, looking good. You know, to be fair, sometimes I'm looking at the witch hunt that also is happening. Tuna is a great artist. True, true. That's why I'm like trying to do his art study, you know, master study. Because I want to learn more or less like how he's doing some kind of like this pseudo cell shading with more realistic view, how he's doing his construction or how he sees his characters. That's why I'm drawing in the specific way right now. And you can see that you might actually be able to see that my sketches are starting to look more like his. That's why I'm still doing the you know, the thing. You know, that's why I'm still doing. That's because I'm still doing his master study. I've watched his entire course. I finished his entire course. I'm really happy that I've got my hands on it. And yeah, you know, just like that. Also, I think Matara has something on her, like something on her cheek. Also, wait, what? How, 2 hours and 31 minutes. Oh no, okay, folks. I'm going to wrap up. Sorry. There's going to be another stream at 2 p.m. for me, so in like 3 hours. I'll be seeing y'all in, you know, in those 3 hours. I'm going to most likely make myself another cup of coffee, drink that, and before I stream make another cup of coffee, and meanwhile also eat a sandwich and work a little bit on the commission to catch up. Yeah. Yep. So thanks Muto, thanks Zega, thanks GTA, thanks Doxxing for being active channel on Twitch, thanks Doxxing for being active in the chat on YouTube, and yeah folks, stay creative and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care.